Hey guys, and welcome back to Twilight Princess for drama. Nothing but drama.
Drama, cutscenes, Twilight! It's pretty much this game in a nutshell.
And plenty of horseback combat and a bit of jousting.
And not a wolf in sight. How Twilight Princess should have been.
This is actually the first bit of Twilight Princess I ever saw in person and also played. I played it at a Nintendo Roadshow, and you had the choice between this and I think something is Wolf Link, but don't quote me on that.
Well, you clearly picked the correct option.
Mate, I was having so much fun with that. I don't think the Wii version was even announced at that point in time.
Oh, so you were playing this on a GameCube controller.
Felt good, man. It felt good.
Damn straight, it's the GameCube version.
Do you want to explain how this works?
Okay, so you have King Bulblin here, and he's got a collar tied to his spear. Now, don't worry, you don't have to worry about, like, hitting him by mistake. You pretty much need to hit him, but he's a bit faster than you, so what you kind of want to do is take turns sharper than him, or cut him off on his own turns.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're close enough, use your spin attack. Don't worry, your spin attack obviously hits all around you, so just being, like, near him is good enough. Like, you don't need to line up directly side by side. You can catch him even if he's a little bit ahead of you, which is very good. I like the leniency that they give you.
I love that shot of Hyrule Castle in the background, framed in Twilight. It just sets this scene perfectly.
Dude, all of the geography with this scene, like, this is, I know, like, people are pretty divided on whether a game being cinematic is a good or bad thing, but honestly, this section feels like a movie in a, like, the best way possible you can describe it. Like, it has all the emotion, but you're still playing along. This isn't an emotional cutscene. This is very emotionally engaging gameplay.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're on a Smash Bros. Field.
Yes, this stage, if you will, was featured in Smash Bros. Brawl.
And I didn't like it. Not at all. It's a bit boring, if you ask me.
Not my favourite, no. By the way, pay attention to that statue just on the right there that the screen is panned off from. That will come in handy later on.
Dude, his piggy is pissed, man.
It's pretty angry at us for some reason. Okay, jousting. What you're going to want to do here, after a quick game of chicken, you know, just for shits and giggles, is when you're going towards him, basically just stare him down, and then at the last second, veer to the opposite side of the bridge and do a spin attack. I find spin attacks are most effective here, because, like Mexic was saying, the hitbox is very lenient.
But, Tom, the game hasn't popped up any messages on how to do this section. How did you possibly know how to do it?
Oh my, that's right, there was no tutorial for this.
Yeah, no, you just go into this fight.
Trial by fire. Works for me. This is so fucking cheesy, but I love it.
Oh, the badassness. Screenshot. Take them. Just take them all. It's going in the trailer. That area is also in the beginning of the game, too, and that's actually very important for speedruns. This is Colin's dream come true, waking up in the arms of Link.
Oh, don't even go there. You know someone's just waiting, watching each and every one of our parts for new material to write fanfics about.
Dude, I'm not trying to fanfic. I'm just saying he is a fanboy. Like, I honestly think he is Link caught in some sort of time warp. Like, this is Link with Link. And then Colin was just adopted.
Well, that's what I think. He looks like young Link, doesn't he?
Pretty much.
I mean, the ending of the game, like, the credit sequence kind of solidifies this, but getting kind of ahead of ourselves here.
Oh, Beth. Beth discovering the wonders of boys.
Damn, that hand's chubby.
This whole thing, I know you said at the start of this part that it's drama, but it's not just regular drama. This is like anime drama. Everything is so grandiose, and we're talking about strength and all this other crap.
Yeah, it's kind of early for like a 10-year-old to be having an existential crisis.
Well, to be fair, he was tied to a spear that sort of emotionally ages you.
Yeah.
I like how he also wasn't harmed in that. Like, I don't know if he was tossed off the spear before the joust, or if he magically managed to get off of King Bokoblin while he was falling into the ravine.
Well, I think the spear was attached to the pig, and if you notice, the pig kept on running. It was only the guy who went over the bridge.
What is with all of the mounts just running away? Opponent ditched us, Pig ditched him. We need to get some loyalty training up in here. I also find it funny how everyone just leaves Link. It's like, okay, guy who just saved us, again. So we're gonna go have a party over here, but you got some adventuring to do. So get that taken care of, and then I guess we'll acknowledge you later.
Cardboard fire barrier around mountain or not, that was a pretty good framing, sure.
Like we said, it has really good shots. Good shots, good art design, some really good art direction. There is a lot to compliment about Twilight Princess.
Yeah, just not so much the texture quality.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're not saying this is the perfect game, but honestly, we're not trying to say it's the worst.
Well, do you own the shop? Can I see the deed?
The deed's right next to the dead shop owner that you killed. Man, we are getting the Hylian shield pretty early. Like, you don't have to get it right now, but the fact that you're pretty much getting what was one of the best shields in the entire franchise before the second dungeon is pretty crazy. But then again, at this point, it's less about like the quality of the shield and just the iconicism of the shield. Like, oh my god, you're not really Link unless you have the green tunic and the Hylian shield.
Well, you say that, but think back to Ocarina. Young Link had the Hylian shield for when he went into the Dongo's cavern. It might just be a bit weird because the child couldn't wield it properly, but this Link can, wield it like good and proper.
Yeah, it is used story-wise. I actually completely forgot about that, just because I never equipped it. You only use it for the Death Mountain section, and then outside of that, even combat-wise, it's the inferior shield for young Link to use.
Okay, we're going to use the iron boots to get through this section, so I would make sure you have them equipped already.
And don't worry, you don't have to go into a menu to get them.
Praise the goddesses.
All of them. All three of them.
Don't worry, laddo, we're coming. Just give me a second.
So the Gorons were able to construct this giant metal wall, put netting over it, but really, you guys can wield metal, but you didn't make an escalator. What the hell?
Well, different priorities. Okay, boots go on, and it's just like, herding a goat. You grab it, then you tilt, and alley-oop.
Or, just like wrestling your mare, without any shirts.
Yeah, I'd rather not wrestle shirtless against a Goron. Hopefully that doesn't happen in this part.
And especially with their design change, they have a lot more rock scales than they had in previous games.
Yeah.
I mean, before, they had, obviously, the one on their back, but in Twilight Princess, they added more rock scales, like, on their arms, a bit on their legs, and even their hair is rocks. In Ocarina of Time, they actually had just a little tuft of hair on the peak of their head. It kind of looked like snow on a mountain, but in Twilight Princess, they actually have rock hair.
I forget, are the points where Gorons pop out, like, set or random?
They're pretty set.
Okay, and can more than one Goron come at any time?
No, because that would be a dick move on the game's half.
I'm just gonna grab one Goron with each hand. Get fucked.
I think at that point you would need the iron boots and, like, the silver gauntlets.
Oh my god, the silver gauntlets in Hyrule Warriors 2, hype!
Oh, the hype. The best part about the Hyrule Warriors trailers, I remember someone on Twitter described it as every reveal trailer is pretty much just revealing a combo line.
Pretty much.
And it's correct! But at the same time, I can't help but squee when I see characters using weapons that I know from games.
Yeah. Now, what you're supposed to do in that section is call down a hawk and, slowly take out the, but, I just felt like running through it. The steam doesn't actually hurt you. It'll knock you on your ass, but it's these, like, meteorites here, or, the flaming arrows that will actually do damage.
Dear Diary, today Tom skipped an unnecessary battle and made me so happy.
Well, maybe the speedrunning influence is rubbing off on me.
Thankfully.
Yeah. About time, right?
Mm-hmm. So this section right here, not gonna lie, when I first played Twilight Princess, which again was pretty late,
yeah,
But even though I was playing the game very late, I actually stopped playing my first playthrough at just this point.
Yeah.
Which, I will admit, is pretty sad, because the game will pick up. It really does. But, I guess I just had a lot of... I got really stressed out by, obviously, the falling rocks, the Gorons rolling at me, and just, I couldn't handle it the first time I played.
Well, if this happened to me and it wasn't part of a cutscene, I think I'd shut the game off and never play it again.
It's like, you know what? Giant meteorites from space in Twilight? Nah, not happening. Game off.
Yeah, the moblins from, like, the route to the forest temple weren't as bad.
This is also pretty cool how you have to fight Gorons. Like, if you've played previous Zelda games, you're probably under the impression that, oh, the Gorons, they're one of the good races. Why would I want to fight them? It's like, you're not on good terms with them just yet, guy.
Yeah, don't worry, you can't actually damage them. Just, use shield bash here. I find shield bash works very well.
Oh yeah, you gotta use a strong defense against, an equally strongly defensive creature.
I call bullshit on that. I'm actually gonna go, that wasn't my fault, but I'm pretty sure I rolled out of the way in time.
Were you pushing buttons, Tom?
Yes, I was pressing buttons, like the one to equip the iron boots, which allows you to walk through steamy geysers.
And make intimidating stompy noises.
Nice work on those sound effects, sound team.
Oh yeah, it would have been kind of cool if you walked through steam, Link's clothes got wet.
Yes.
You know, just sort of dampness from all the steam.
Well, when he gets out of water, it has a very nice effect of darkening his tunic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They already have it in the game, so I'm wondering why it doesn't work with steam. You know, you don't need to have the boots on it. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, Tom, it's like, you impressed me already. Don't ruin this good moment, this happy vibe I'm getting from you.
Oh god, he took out the barrels.
It was okay, we were gonna slice them up ourselves anyway, so you just did our work for us before we tossed him off a cliff.
Wait, you lied to me, Mexi. You said there'd never be more than one Goron in tandem.
Well, I thought you said at the same time. One after the other is completely different. I thought you meant, one coming from your left, one coming from your right, and they were going to attempt to squish you.
Okay. Semantics are a very important tool for the commentator.
This dude just doesn't even know whether to aggro you or not. It's like, oh, human, no, I'm going to walk away. But then you bash the crap out of him.
They could just literally knock me off here, and I imagine they did the same to you?
Yeah. I don't remember which one. I was trying to recall if maybe I could recall exactly which Goron got me, but honestly, all Gorons look the same.
Yeah, you massive Goron racist. Anyway, it's important to actually enter here with your boots on. Otherwise, what will no doubt happen shortly will happen to you.
Or at the very least, that little section right before, it gives you some time while you're in the room to at least get them equipped.
Yeah.
You don't need to stomp your way into the room with them on.
Rock hard. Old man Goron nipples.
I didn't want to say it, and you...
It's a prerequisite for every Twilight Princess playthrough to reference that comic.
Oh my god.
So yeah, in case you didn't notice the ring on our way in, we're going to have to do a little bit of sumo to impress this guy. Just look at him. Okay, thankfully he's covered them up now, so...
Thankfully, and by the way, his name is Core Goron. Try and say that 10 times fast, but pretty much all of the older Gorons, there's more than just this guy. They all got these really ridiculous, tongue-twisting names. And if you thought Shirtless Bo wasn't enough, how's about Loincloth Core Goron?
Jesus. Oh, I'm seeing the Goron Ruby tattoo on his thing now. Do you think that's like a birthright?
Well, I know in Ocarina of Time, even Link the Goron, he had a ruby tattoo. So I'm assuming you're either born with it, or you get it at an extremely young age.
Okay. Now this is what happens if you don't have the boots equipped. He just tosses your ass out the ring.
Bitch, slapped. And then he flashes the nipples too after you're defeated.
It's an act of dominance, mate. Don't take that shit. Flash yours.
I already am.
Rematch time, baby.
This time with the proper equipment.
Of course. Look at Link's cap clipping through the Hylian shield.
Oh, you were talking about textures. That's GameCube era tech right there.
Same basic deal as with Bow, but obviously this guy is like a lot heavier and it feels a little bit more difficult. Not too bad though.
Yeah, you still have the whole guessing element. You can't really make random guessing more difficult, so what they do is that when you actually do get a hold of him, you have to mash faster and do it more often in order to get him out of the ring. He's also more inclined to do sidesteps. Bo, not so much. Like, you can usually take him out within the starting positions, but Core Goron, you're gonna be strafing, and he's gonna be strafing you just as much.
Is it me, or do the controls feel delayed?
It might be. Maybe because this is a minigame, they didn't really test it too much. They were sort of like, well, it works. I mean, you can beat it, so that's good enough.
Like, you know, the slap with the Wii Remote, I feel like I do it and it comes out a second later, but that doesn't happen with sword slashes, so, yeah.
Yeah, because I would have said it's the only waggle mechanic, so maybe they worked so hard on the sword slash, because, you know, if the sword slash didn't work, then there really would have been no point in even putting it on the Wii. But a Wiimote nipple slap, it's not really that high on your priority list.
I don't think we're going to find that in the instruction manual somewhere. Oh, we got lore here, we got lore.
Yeah, there's no Darunia, instead there's Darbus. Which sounds similar to what the baby Goron in Majora's Mask actually calls Link when he assumes Goron form.
Oh yeah, Darby.
Yep. Yes, we will do you a favor, thus saving your individual realm from darkness before we move on to the next race and lather, rinse, repeat, saving the world intermediately before we actually save the whole world and beat the final boss.
I really wish there was a Goron who took care of all their history, called Lauron.
What the fuck?!
So fucking dumb, I'm sorry, I love me a good pun, alright? And bring me back a fruit juice, brother. It's just boiling in here. Well, I guess that's all the time we have for terrible puns, so we'll see you all next time for the second dungeon of the game. See you then.